city in the world, Reno, Nevada. Mackey Stadium, home to the Nevada Wolfpack, where we have hit the jackpot responsibly with this matchup. Today we're set for a clash between these two rivals from the Mountain West. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Air Force Falcons, taking on the Nevada Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Nevada about to kick it off to get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here for the offense. They'll put the tight end in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll give it to the back. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. It's been a great way for the service academies to stay relevant in major college football by having prolific ground game.
Yeah, and those ground games are a pain in everybody's you-know-what. I mean, they drive you nuts, the triple option, because so much discipline. I mean, they're so good at running what they do. They don't do a lot, but they're going to hit you right in the mouth and run the football.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff, and here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
And the returner will be dragged down. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to move it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the first down. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it, he has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand He's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for the score. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
To the air, it's Wilkins. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Nevada. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
He's down here. He does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. What do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big one. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost it.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the back. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some experience.
He's off to the races. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. After run, now throw. Firing to the right, complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. On the move. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Waste of time. Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They go to the ground. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
They're working that left side. Touchdown Falcons. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Second down after that incompletion. The give to the back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running game.
Looks like the Wolfpack will pick up the first down.
Third and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Handoff from the gun. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Back to throw, it's Wilkins. Using the quick game. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. Touchdown, Wolfpack. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you add my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. UConn answered the bell away from the Rent today with an impressive victory. The Huskies knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. it with the running back. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter.
Wait for this.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Got a man. It's Slater. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. That was a nice pickup running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
And the Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. The RPO fired complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
They'll leave it with him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
The give to the tailback. Won't back down from anyone, delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try to pop the draw. He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry.
And oftentimes running backs love drop those because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second. So the D-line's rushed way upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
This is the 8th play of the drive, but it's 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
That is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. Gives this offense good starting field position at its own 34. Power football with the run.
Let's take it up.
halfway there on first down. It's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's Wilkins. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Ball is free. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways, and the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
This Nevada offense really has it going. Here's the handoff. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Nevada. And once he got loose, it was all over. It's fair to say he didn't exactly have blazing speed on that one, but efficiently maneuvers his way into the end zone.
He had enough speed, Reese, to get into the end zone. That's what he had. That's all you need. You don't have to have the fastest 40 down in the world. Can you get in the end zone? Yes, he can.
Oh, that's like blowing the layup or the 3-inch putt. Missed the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Out of the chute, quick toss to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And the pass is picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass. Perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, how can you continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer? Because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to going at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Wilkins. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Yeah, and this quarterback's got it, This isn't practice. This isn't back with his QB guru. He's not trying to throw around brooms or around big bags. That is an arm attached to a body that bench presses 500 pounds. He's got to do better.
A 3rd and long coming up here. The play action fake. Makes the grab on the left.
Well, it's a good decision by the quarterback, and I know you didn't get the first down, but the good news is you got a chunk of yards back, now setting up 4th and short and giving yourself an opportunity to go for it here and keep this drive going.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. Look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Marching ahead. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
The quarterback has got to just settle down and take a breath. Threw a bad pick last drive, almost threw another one on that last play. He's got to regain his focus.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Give to the running back.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback, looking to take a shot. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Falcons will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the
Look out, there he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's Wilkins. They'll run the screen. Can't get him to the ground. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with a blitz, and the offense had the screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nevada. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. New Mexico is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 14 to Wyoming. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. From the gun, to give, looking for room. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, we're starting to get down in the second half, and this offense just has really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
And they gambled in their own end, turned it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go that, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
42, Spider.
Looking for a man. It's Wilkins. Makes his connection. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Floating away. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up for it.
It is perfect, and that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff. He'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3.
Come on, shut him down.
He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Caught near the sticks. It's Davis. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And the Falcons with the 1st and 10. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Let's get it, man. Up for the pass, D. Get off the field.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
The Falcons are marching down the field. Motion from the offense. Looking to go up top on first down. And he's got it inside the 20. Touchdown, Air Force. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and now they trail by just 15. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Nevada going quickly. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
The give to the lone running back. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And this one splits the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Georgia somehow, some way found an edge between the hedges and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5.
Yeah, you start day one training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
They're going to ride this running back. They stop him full, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Looking downfield, it's Wilkins. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They're bringing heat. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll keep it on his feet. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks, but man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
This Nevada offense really has it going. The give to the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing. You're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical third down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now on second down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning.
Keep the ball moving. Keep the ball moving.
To throw, it's Wilkins. Zings it complete to the right. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away.
This is win. Everything you got. Get it, dude. Get the football.
Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds.
In it to win it.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
This offense has a second down play.
Lock him up right here one time.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He wants to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Looking to the big tight end. Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
It doesn't get any better for the defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
Wants to throw for it on third and goal. He's got it. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. Absolute shame. Missed it. And after the missed field goal, this lead is still at 12, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short term. He unleashes a long one. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
It's like watching paint dry.
Now 2nd and 10. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Out of the backfield is open. Gets away from one. He's got space. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
This is an offense that obviously practices 2-minute situations, but they're not executing it right now, and I don't like the play call. You got to be throwing to the sticks, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines so guys can get out of bounds.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He lets it fly. What a snag by the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You've got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Wide receiver now comes in motion.
Got their defense right.
Dropping back, it's Wilkins. Makes the grab over the middle. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short.
Keep up with our attack. Offense. Keep it up, offense. Keep it up.
They'll try to get the first through the air. The quick out. Oh, ball's out. And the defense has it. They're going the other way.
And this is one of those where you go, oof. You start to breathe a little deeper on the sidelines. You felt really, really comfortable having the big lead to +2 possessions in the 4th quarter. But now you gave the ball back. You put yourself in a position where you're going to have to earn it a little bit more now.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David. And the defense gets to the quarterback. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Throws for the tight end. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes. And what looks like...
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and Eagles put this one away.
Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Wilkins. Fires to the middle. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got it in the middle, it's Slater. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Florida State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Seminoles ever do that? 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The offense lining up for a first down play.
Those chains, keep it moving.
They want that clock to rock. Running with power. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. Give to the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Looking to throw for it. Dances away to buy time. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position, too. Reese, don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
After the misconnection, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourself a shot to win.
Running back searching for a hole. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Oh, that's frustrating for a defense. 3rd and long, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. Great play call. Catch them off guard. First down for the offense.
The Falcons will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run?
Play your position. Go defense.
From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first possession.
And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the 4th. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Touchdown, Falcons! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Wants to go up top. He gets into the end zone for a 2-point conversion, and the cushion is now 3. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And what a late touchdown in the final minute that is likely the game winner here. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
It's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays, you got to have scripts, because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch.
Going for it all. Fires a ball. Now it's picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense, not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum late in the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, D.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. The defense still has 3 timeouts. Let's see if they force the issue and make this quarterback try to kneel down again. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there.